Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for tuning in to your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I think I looked at that too fast. It looked like somebody was going down the street with a Christmas tree on top of their car. In April? Well, it's not quite April, but okay, it's fine. I'm just like, what? Okay. All this, it's all... Okay. And this seems to all be stemming from this. Okay. This is Sagittarius. Okay. Now, you're waiting on somebody. That's my first thought. Like, this is all converging to the other side. You're waiting on somebody. Somebody's got the Hermit card here. It could be a situation. It could be more than one person. But for the majority of you, it's like you're waiting on someone. And it's almost like they're a little awkward. Or you're looking at them like... there's something about this person that's just kind of like... Let sleeping dogs lie, like don't shake the bees or don't disturb the bees, like one of those feelings, like alright. You're ready to do things, you're ready to make choices. You've got the Two of Wands, like you're ready to make a choice. You're ready to make a choice. Like you're like, I'm ready to go forward. You also have the Nine of Wands, kind of like... You're ready to make this choice, but I'm seeing this Nine of Wands, and it's right above the Peace card. Literally, that's the Peace. It says peace on it. Like, they're at peace. You know what I mean? There's kind of like that barrier above that person. You see that? Like, things are peaceful as long as they kind of keep things at a certain distance, and they don't push too hard, and I feel like that's your side. And you got that Nine of Wands kind of like, you know what you want to do, but you're not pushing the issue too much. It's kind of like you're ready to go, and you're just gently staying where you want to be. You're keeping things in the right perspective, but you're not putting pressure. Like when I'm seeing the Nine of Wands, it's kind of like holding that line. If somebody comes towards you, you'll say what you need to say, but it's almost like all the actions out here in front of you, it's not coming towards you, but you're ready to do what you need to do when it comes your way, because you already know what you want to do. You already know what you want to do. You know what you want to do. Now... This thing with this other energy, it's not a bad energy. So at least the way, I know it's a general read, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But I'm not feeling anything bad with it. I am seeing the Seven of Swords though with the Peace card I already showed you, and then it's got the Seven of Cups here. It just seems to be like it's folding back and forth on itself. I don't feel any of these are like, it's not a progressive energy. It just kind of like, it's kind of like they're walking away from it, they're considering options, they're not really doing much with it. It's taking a while, and I feel like the question is, will this ever actually become something? I really feel like that's the question. Will this ever really become something? Now, I'm noticing on your side, what's leading you out of this time is the High Priestess. Nothing is bad at this point. And I feel like that's the whole thing. It seems to be a big reason why you're not pressuring this person who's just kind of hemming and hawing and thinking and not, and just a lot of introspection, not a lot of action. It's keeping the peace is what I'm really feeling, and I feel again with the Nine of Swords, like it's keeping the peace, and it's kind of like not really a big fan of like just standing here looking at the wall. But people seem to be getting along. There's no controversy or conflict as long as it stays like this. So it's kind of like, I feel like you're kind of lending into this energy because of the overall peace factor. It's all about the peace. Like if there was arguments and stuff anyway, that this would be going differently, but people, like, the way it's going, it's kind of like getting along, kind of like, why cause an issue? It's not really a big deal. If nothing really happens from this, at least we're getting along. I guess we just won't push it. Whatever the situation is, though, and this is the same situation where there's a lot of introspection on this side, and you know what you want to do, you're ready, you're poised, but you're not pushing it, you're like, people are getting along, alright, so I guess I'll just let it be for now. It does go forward. You are a part of that. It's like there's this big space before, like, it's a ways out there, like, it's, when this person's good and ready, that's when it goes forward. They're like deciding to go forward when they're ready. What I don't like about this is I feel like they're planning and they know what they're going to do and they know when they're going to do it. I don't see them telling you, though. Like, they know when they're going to start. They know what they're going to do. It's almost like they're putting something on the schedule. 3 months from now, at this time, at this date, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this going. And they're not even telling you anything. Like, if you're able to be a part of it, great. If you can't, then you can't. They're not including you, even though you're a part of it. They're not really including you in what they're doing. They got the Emperor card here, but I feel like it should be upside down, because I don't feel like they're including you in the sense of like they're not considering how this affects you. I do feel like that's upside down. And don't get caught up in the gender, but I feel like this person's just doing basically what they want to do, and they're just making sure you can't affect it or change it or put in your 2 cents. It's pretty much just going to be going forward, and it's either you're on the boat or you're not. I'll show you this card first. This is you. The 8 of Swords is kind of like, literally, it's kind of like, well, we're going on the boat today. If you want to come, great. And you are a part of this. You're like, well, I do want to be a part of that. I thought I was a part of that. Well, sure, we're heading out now if you're going. And it's just kind of like you're stuck. It feels like you should be a part of it, but it's just kind of like everybody says we're getting on the boat, and you're just like, I guess I either get on the boat or I don't get on the boat. It's just, that's kind of where it ends up. It's just kind of left field to you, but this other person, they planned it their own way. They're doing this purposely is what I'm doing, because action is happening, and it's kind of like, the 2 of Pentacles is here. It's like either you're in or you're out. And it doesn't feel fair to me. It doesn't feel fair, because it feels like, based on what the other things you have going on around you, you have to make this decision. Either you're in and you have to drop these other things, or you're out and you have to do other things you've already decided you were going to do. It feels like on your side it feels last minute, but I feel like you fully know fully well when this happens that this other person knew what they were doing. So that's where this is going. And I feel like when I'm looking at this point, the point of this reading is to like keep that in mind. How much does this really mean to you? How much do you want to be a part of this? Because it's like this person, the way this is feeling, I know it's not a negative energy, but I feel like the way they're handling it is a negative way to handle it. Like, they don't want you to affect it. They don't want you to have really any say in the choices they're making. You're not the only person they're doing this to, by the way. I don't feel like you're the only one they're doing this to, but still, I feel like at this point, just like, how much do you want to be a part of this? Is it worth it going forward? Just trying to keep like an eye out. You might be able to get some inklings, or your intuition might tell you that it's coming closer, and just kind of like how involved you get in other things. It's like, it's still, like, you might be able to get some type of heads up about what type of time period this is going to happen in, but the way this is going, I don't really like this energy, how this is playing out. I'm like, is there a better way to empower? They're saying this is just how it's going to play out. It's just kind of how it's going to play out. And they're just trying to give you a heads up about how it's going to play out. Alright, that's what we got. So thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.